What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I want to make a video on the Giants' perfect NFL draft plan for this upcoming 2019 NFL draft. What should they do in the early rounds? A lot of people, we just got 2 first-round picks. We don't know what to do with it yet. Nobody knows what they're going to do with it yet. And then we have this whole Josh Rosen thing going on. We have this Dwayne Haskins thing going on. Are we going to take a quarterback or not? Are we going to take Josh Rosen or not? Where are we going to get an edge rusher? Where are we going to get an offensive lineman? Things like that. How are we going to replace OBJ and things like that? I'm going to be talking about all of that in this video. Now, I'm not going to make a complete mock draft yet. That's going to be coming up soon for the later rounds. I don't really know where I want to go in the later rounds yet, but I did want to make this video for the earlier rounds and discuss what I think the Giants would do in a perfect world situation and what they should do in this upcoming draft. So first, we have the 6th overall selection. Now, we can go get somebody there, like a Devin White if he's there, so on and so forth. But if you don't have your top guys like a Josh Allen, Quinnen Williams, Nick Bosa, Devin White, and yeah, those 4 guys, if they're not there at 6, I suggest you try to trade down. There's really nobody really worth that kind of selection yet that you can't get if you drop down just a little bit. And I have the Giants dropping down to 11. Cincinnati is going to go ahead and move up for Dwayne Haskins. I don't assume Kyler Murray will be there. So to the Bengals, I assume Dwayne Haskins will be there. Cincinnati, we're going to trade with Cincinnati. We received their 42nd overall selection and their 11th overall selection in order for them to move up to the 6th overall selection. And they can go ahead and get Dwayne Haskins there. The 11th pick that the Giants just acquired, I have the New York Giants selecting Clelin Ferrell, defensive end out of Clemson. Listen, he perfectly fits this defense and what we need. We need a strong side linebacker. We have our regular rushers out there. You have your Lorenzo Carter. We just got Marcus Golden. Even though Marcus Golden would also be on the strong side. But I just really like Clelin Ferrell and how he fits this defense. If you ask me, he fits this defense better than Josh Allen would, because we already have some sort of a speed rusher in Lorenzo Carter, who a lot of people compare to Josh Allen or vice versa. So if you ask me, I think we're going to get the most value out of Clelin Ferrell if we trade down to get him, because I think he'll still be there. I don't think we should go at 6 and get him, because I honestly think he'll still be there by 11. Being that Detroit now already filled their whole pass rush up, because a lot of people mocked Clelin Ferrell early in mock drafts to the Detroit Lions because they needed pass rush help, but they just got Trey Flowers. I believe they re-signed Romeo Okwara. They still have Devon Kennard on there, Deshaun Hand, and then in the interior you have Damon Harrison and Ashawn Robinson, Kerry Hyder, and all those other guys there in Detroit. They don't need edge rush with the 8th overall pick. You look at the 9th overall pick, Buffalo. Can they go Clelin Ferrell? Yes, but they have some offensive needs that they really need to look at right now. So I think they're going to go offensive tackle, wide receiver, guys like that. And then at 10, you have the Denver Broncos. I don't envision, obviously, you're not going to get, the Broncos are not going edge rusher, obviously. They have Von Miller and Bradley Chubb there. And with the 7th pick, Jacksonville, they're not going to get an edge rusher either. So I believe the 7 to 11 gap is completely safe of Clelin Ferrell. I don't think he's going to be touching those guys whatsoever. So we can move down, we can afford to move down to 11 and grab up Clelin Ferrell. Now, with the 17th overall pick, I want to go best player available, and that also fits a need, because honestly, I love best player available philosophy, but it has to fit a need. If you have like the greatest like inside linebacker and the best player available is another inside linebacker and you run a 4-3, you wouldn't take that inside linebacker. So my opinion on best player available, it needs to be the best player available that also fits a need. And I'm going to go with the 17th overall pick. I have to go cornerback. I believe DeAndre Baker and Byron Murphy will both probably still be there in my latest mock draft. You guys can check that out. I'll put a card up above. They are not there. Just Byron Murphy is there, and I have the Giants taking Byron Murphy. But it's very possible for all 3 of those corners to be gone. But in this situation, I'm gonna have Byron Murphy mocked to the New York Giants at 17. You could flip flop them, DeAndre Baker or Byron Murphy at 17. I really don't. It doesn't really matter to me. But I just envision DeAndre Baker being picked up earlier in the draft and Byron Murphy slipping down a little bit. So we got those out of the way, and now we're in the second round. Now, what do we do in the second round? We now have 2 second-round picks. So there was a big dilemma on should the Giants trade for Josh Rosen for a second-round pick, but then the dilemma is we need all the talent we can get. We can use that second-round pick, but now we have 2 second-round picks. Why not use our highest selection, the 37th overall pick, the one we already had, and get that to trade for Josh Rosen? And then with the 42nd overall pick we just got with Cincinnati, when we traded down from 6 to 11, we also got the 42nd overall pick. Now we can get somebody with the second round pick, and we also got Josh Rosen. So take out the 37th overall pick. We just traded for Josh Rosen in the second round on day 2 of the draft. Big news, Josh Rosen to the Giants during draft day. And with the 42nd overall pick, if he's still there, like I said, this is a perfect world scenario. If he's still there, I'm grabbing up Dalton Reisner, the tackle out of, I believe, is Kansas State. I think that this will be a great move. We can finally fill the last piece of the puzzle to that offensive line. Can it upgrade a little bit more? Yes, we could upgrade at center a little bit more, but that's pretty much not the position I'm worried about right now. We've got left tackle locked down, left guard, right guard with Kevin Zeitler there, and right tackle with Dalton Reisner. We're looking at a complete flip-flop from the worst offensive line in the NFL to probably one of the best if we get a Dalton Reisner, and it's great value there. A lot of people had him mocked to the end of the first round. If we could still probably pick him up at the beginning of the second with the 42nd overall pick, I would be ecstatic. But that's 10 picks. That's about 9 or 10 picks inside the second round, so he has to survive that long. With that being said, we can go in the third round now. I don't really know what the Giants should go in the third round. We can't go in the third round and get like a Trayvon Coney, the inside linebacker out of, I believe he's from Notre Dame. We could go there, being that we went edge rusher and cornerback, and then offensive tackle, and then inside linebacker. We can't get like a Trayvon Coney type player there. We could go wide receiver in the fourth. I don't know which wide receiver, because a lot of people have a lot of wide receivers. Some of them are going in the first, and the same wide receiver is going in the third round. So nobody really knows where the value is at wide receiver yet. You can really pick them anywhere. But a guy I'm really focused on that's going to be a 4th to 5th round selection. I imagine the 4th round, just because I really like his tape. So I think other teams are going to like his tape as well. You got to look at Gary Jennings, the wide receiver out of West Virginia. He's not a supreme route runner, but I just think he will be such a great addition to a team that really likes to stretch it and, play vertical and play a lot of, finding soft zones and stuff like that. I think Gary Jennings would be a fantastic addition to the Giants. I think he's going to be a great weapon for any quarterback in this scenario. Josh Rosen for the next few years, to be that outside receiver, to also play a bit strong and also stretch the field, and has some great outstanding hands, catches those 50-50 balls, and I think Gary Jennings is a great addition. So that's what I have right now, guys. I'm going to make my full mock draft for the Giants in just a couple days. I'm going to work on it right now, but that is where I'm leaning towards right now. You guys already know what I'm doing in the first round. I'm trading down to get Cleveland Farrell at 11, and at 17, I'm getting Byron Murphy. With the 37th overall pick, I'm trading on draft day, on the second day of the draft, for Josh Rosen with the 37th overall pick. Arizona could then pick who they want there, and then with the 42nd overall pick that we received from Cincinnati, we take a Dalton Reisner. In the third round, we can go over a Trayvon Coney, who a lot of people have him going in the third round, so we can go an inside linebacker there, and then we can go ahead and pretty much do what we want to do. Wide receiver, if you want to get there's a lot of people saying we should get a backup running back early in the draft. Like I'm talking 4th or 5th round. I'm not really on that bandwagon. I'm thinking, 5th to 6th round. But if the Giants get one in the 5th round, I don't really care. But we need to get a wide receiver as well. At least one wide receiver. I know our wide receiver core is kind of bunched up, but I would like to add some more competition there with Gary Jennings in the 4th to 5th round. But that's all I got so far, guys. I'll keep you updated with my full mock draft. It will be coming out soon. Make sure you guys check the description. I have my top 5 edge rusher prospects. I'm doing that with Jzach from Jzach in the Red Zone on his channel. I'll leave the link in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. Make sure you guys comment on the video to let us know who you guys want to see us do our top 5 prospect videos on. Which position actually do you guys want to see us doing that? And we got some big things coming up in the future, guys. huge things coming up in the future, collabs with other YouTubers. Make sure you guys stick around. Make sure you check the community post on my channel, and I'll keep you guys updated for all things New York Giants news and NFL news. I'm Kid Blue, and I will see you guys in the next video.